Welcome back, my friends, and you're on, my friends, and welcome back. So it's half time. It's sadly a game that we're losing. I will once again bring in my my contributors, Mr. Adam Flatt, Mr. Richard Moss. Welcome back. So comments are flying in. What do we make of that game first? I'll start with you, Adam, as the new kid on the block. What did you make of that first half?
I didn't see the first 10 minutes as my iFollow was playing silly buggers, so I can't comment on that if I missed anything. But I don't think it's terrible. We look powder puff again going forward. I'm struggling to try and work out what we're trying to do out there. I'm struggling at what the game plan is. I'm trying to work out. I've been writing notes throughout this, and I'm trying to figure out is there any kind of proper pattern to how we're playing? And there just isn't. I just cannot. I just can't work out. I'm so lost for words. I just don't really know what we're trying to do. I still think we're in the game though. I think we're not out of sight. I don't think Charlton have been that great, but again, we just shoot ourselves in the foot by conceding just silly goals, don't we? Just poor defending, similar to the first goal on Tuesday night, wasn't it? A player had all the time in the world, played a ball across, and you've got two of our players, Ward and Enciala, trying to engage one man, and then leaves. Was it Morgan, the guy who scored their goal? He's completely unmarked, fires it in. Don't think they've been that great, but again, we just don't create a lot of chances. The one proper decent chance I think we created was Dazell's ball over the top to Norwood, which he ran onto, and he was strong enough to hold the defender off. I just don't think the ball fell to him. But other than that, it's either free kicks or stuff that look like our only way back into this game. But we just don't look like scoring, I don't think. Certainly not from open play.
Cruncher?
A lot of huff and puff, wasn't it? We started quite well, I thought. We first 10, 15 minutes, we looked lively. I thought Gibbs... He was tidy. Another poor goal. I know you said about Ward and Enciala, Adam, but it was Wolfenden got caught.
Yeah, he got caught, didn't he?
Yeah. And as for the chance with Norwood, that to me says you've got two rookie centre halves there. They've got Prattley and Chris Gunter right back in the midfielder playing there. And the one time, look, it showed. The ball over the top, Norwood was too strong, but that brings it round to me. When Norwood gets injured, I know we're going to talk about it, and then that was just a weird substitution, bringing Drennan on. Bizarre. I could not work that out at all. No,
I still can't. And I was getting angrier the more I thought Hawkins was coming on. I'm thinking you've got Caden Jackson sat on the bench, and they're talking about bringing Ollie Hawkins on. And then they went completely left field with Drennan.
He's so wedded to this single striker, isn't he? He is not budging from that, is he? He's not budging from it at all. He's so wedded to it.
But what's wrong with the guy that last season was your top goal scorer? You've got four other subs. If he lasts half hour, he lasts half hour. I don't care. Get him on the pitch.
This is what I'm saying to you. Them centre halves in that one chance there with Norwood had, to me said you get someone down the side.
Getting turned.
Pace. And look, I thought Drennan done all right. He done really well with that one where it was going out. Cut it back to Judge. Judge probably should have scored. You know?
Yeah. But I want a struggle. I keep saying it. I want a struggle that can score goals and just don't fashion that way. I don't care for all the build-up play outside the area. I mean, Caden Jackson can do that. He can chase lost causes.
You're supporting the wrong club, Martin. You're supporting the wrong club for that.
Well, quite clearly,
strikers that score goals, sadly.
The striker that scores goals is sat on the bench twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah.
He's doing as much as I'm doing.
What must he think, Jackson, when he brings Drennan on, a lad who's been out for, 2 months, played no football?
No, he's thinking, I need to speak to my agent after the game, I reckon. That's what he's thinking.
Drennan could have been fit every single week. He's not proven at this level. You're a goal down. You're chasing your towel already. What on earth was that?
Do you not think, though, I think somebody mentioned it in the comments, Norwood's injury is essentially born out of his frustration at having to do something where he's having to drop down into the right flank to pick the ball up to try and make something happen. There was something earlier happened in the half where he has to pick the ball up pretty much halfway and drive forward himself, because he's just getting absolutely nothing. The one ball that Dazelle plays for him that creates the chance, he's had absolutely no service for 2 games now, and now we won't see him again for months now. That looked a bad one. I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
How fit was he, really? When he came back, they said he was going to be out till near Christmas. And when he came back the other week against Portsmouth, that was a sort of, you thought, where's he come from? Because he wasn't even mentioned. Is he fit? Look, you have to ask questions of the medical staff. What the fuck is going on at our football club?
I was going to say,
someone put in the comments, didn't they? If he's done the same injury as what he's done before, then that's negligence on the club's part by allowing him to be in a situation to do it again.
100%.
And I was going to say, we often call for a manager's head or the owner's head. Give me another profession where you'd have this many injuries repeatedly, and the physio, the fitness staff, all of the staff are just kept on. Like, you're not. Look, every hamstring and groin strain to me is a warm-up injury, or is a warm-down injury, or we're not looked after this player enough during this week, knowing he has this type of injury. To me, now I'm not a medical guy, but every time I see it type of injury, I think, okay, was his warm-up right? Was his build-up to to today's game, was that right? Was he given enough downtime and rest time? These are all things that I question, just as my limited managerial ability of what I've done. So to have this many type of injuries, groin, Achilles, hamstrings.
That's three hamstrings. I think Nolan's a groin. So, but look, if he'd have played a lot of football, you could understand. James Norwood's played hardly any football. So it says to me, is he that fit? Should he? Look, he played. I thought he had a decent game the other night. We did moan when he came off. I can't see how he can be 100% fit. If his hamstring's gone again, he cannot be fit.
No. And all as well. Are these players looking after themselves properly as well? I mean, that's another question, I suppose, isn't it? Are they warming up properly? Are they taking this job as a footballer seriously? Do you know what I mean? By treat your body like a temple. Do you know what I mean? That old motto. But I think just sat again. That injury is born out of frustration because he's pushed out to the wide. He's trying to do something. He's being hassled by about 3 Charlton players. He's got nothing near him, and he overstretches. Then and he goes down, and bosh, that's his season done probably. And it probably sums his time here this season up in a nutshell. Hasn't had any service, frustrated, and then bang, that's it. See you later.
Yeah, and I've got a first aid qualification from one afternoon at work. So, no, I'm not an expert in this. But as someone says here, medical department probably running on a shoestring. They're probably doing the best they can with the limited resources they're probably given. But as Harry Butcher says, I take sports science at 6th form. I can tell you something's seriously wrong. And it's a bit like that heat map from the other week. You don't need a heat map or a degree to work out something's wrong with either our style of play or in this case, the injuries. Bennett, Marmite player. For me, I like him. For me, he's a bum off seat type of player. Gets the ball, makes things happen.
Hasn't got a brain.
He's a typical winger. He's a typical winger, isn't he? He's excellent first touch, and then he'll shank the ball off for a goal kick or a throw in. I've written down here, literally just as soon as my iFollow got back working, Stephen Ward wins an excellent header up the pitch, and Bennett has got a lot of time. Tries to shoot from about 35 yards wide left. I mean, come on, come on.
From Lee. What was the comment there from Lee, Martin?
Tricky but no decision making.
Decision making very poor.
Whereas someone says here, would help if someone gave him an option, and I agree with that. He strikes me as a player that if you were at Portman Road, yes, sometimes he's going to lose the ball or run into a brick wall, but he is going to try and make something happen. He's going to try and force an issue.
Give me Dobra. Give me Dobra every day of the week.
Oh, I'm getting so sick of this Dobra.
He's our own player.
Honestly, all for the first half, I've had Rob Davies on my WhatsApp.
He's right.
Dobra drum. Oh,
he's
my
right,
God.
Right. What? Hang on. If you go on social media, then you're telling me that all of our fans, because if you go on social media, 95% of our fans, where's Dobra? Where's Dobra? Where's Dobra? Are we all fucking wrong, are we? Because we're not.
Well,
we're not wrong.
All of you wanted All of you wanted Alan Judge. You're all now saying you don't like Alan Judge. All of you wanted Luke Garbutt. Is he doing all right? I don't know.
I think the frustrating thing is I don't think I don't think Gibbs has been terrible, but I'll be honest, there were times when I forgot he was playing, to be honest with you, in that first half. And I suppose the frustration for a lot of our supporters is, well, if he gets the chance, why doesn't Dobra? If Kieran Gibbs is deemed good enough, it's not Kieran Gibbs, is it? It's a nice name.
No.
Kieran Gibbs is a completely different player. No,
Liam.
He gets a chance, but Dobra is left to fester out in the cold. I suppose that's the frustration. But this tide is crying out for some pace and some creativity, because there just isn't any. I wrote down here, our best attacking threat is Luke Chambers at right back.
Says it all.
He gets the ball, in fairness to him. First thing he wants to do is look forward and drive forward. I think he's been one of our only players to do it, to be fair, which is an absolute damning indictment of this football team, I think, sadly.
But Martin, the left-hand side of our team, you only need to, you said it before, Tom Lawrence, Selina, Fraser, Garbett, Bennett. What's the common theme? They're all loan players and they haven't signed anyone, and there's still a problem out there. And there still will be at the end of the season, because Bennett's won't be here next season because he ain't good enough.
Yeah, well, I've lost my wallet. I know somebody else who's also lost theirs. And that's exactly why we've got loan players year after year, year after year. And that's exactly why we are where we are, because you can blame as many managers as you want. When Ollie Hawkins is your third striker that you've brought in on the budget you were given, there's the shoe way bigger than Mr. Paul Lambert. I'm telling you that much.
So you just said about Ollie Hawkins, but Lambert's the manager who's brought Drinan on, and you're saying, who are you blaming then?
I'm quite clearly who I'm blaming. The guy.
You're probably going to score now. You're probably going to score.
I hope he does. This all comes from a position of love and wanting this team to do well.
Definitely.
That's what we all want. That's what we all want, isn't it? This isn't fun to sit here and moan and pick fault with our performance. We all want to be sat here talking about how great we've played, but it's just
sore feet for the beat. Put that comment up, Martin, on the screen.
Which one?
Says, with Dobra, it's just the unfairness that we hate, and that is down to the guy you are backing.
Well, that's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Why were Brighton after him last season then?
Because Premier League players can stockpile. Look, if you thought Dobra was going to get anywhere near the 11 of Brighton.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's going to be playing for Brighton, but they must see something there. We've given him a new contract.
What did you guys think? Sorry, guys. What did you guys think of Toto?
Oh, walking disaster.
He was Toto.
I'm surprised. I've got here, he probably should have given away a penalty, and you could argue that he was running close to being sent off. I don't know. Is last man still a rule? I don't know. Is that what it is? Denying a goal scoring opportunity? I mean, he looked like he tugs that guy back, doesn't he? When he's for, but 2 times though, what it does show, he gets wrong side a lot of times, and then he just doesn't look comfortable sorting it out. It all looks, even if it isn't a foul, do you know what I mean? It looks so ungainly and so untidy. It looks like he's given a foul away, doesn't it? It's just so awkward.
Bag him off. Let's not bag him off, Adam, because Luke Wolfenden gets away with it.
Absolutely. No.
With the youngsters, Luke Wolfenden's made a mistake there for the goal, and we're having a go.
Fair enough.
I don't think Cornell helped Toto there enough, especially on one of the instances.
No.
Hesitation.
But then,
if it's bouncing in your box, keeper, it's yours to come and collect.
I didn't think it was a penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty on Williams.
Overall, though, this has been an indictment on you're missing key areas. All the huff, no puff, because all the puff costs money in football. Strikers cost money, creative midfielders cost money, everything costs money, and we're looking tidy, but no end product.
It's makeshift, isn't it? It's just, if everyone's fit, how many of them get near the first team? It's a makeshift side. I think you see it, but there has to come a point where Lambert goes, this isn't working. We're not creating enough chances. I've got to change it. But whether or not he's man enough to admit that he's wrong and needs to change it, I don't know. Maybe he's now backed himself into a corner with his comments about can't play 2 up front. We're gonna stick to this style of system. Come hell or high water. I don't know.
So that to me,
you've got to change it.
When you think about those comments, Adam, that's to me is even more depressing, because that means Jackson won't come on today.
No.
So
He'll come on for Bennett second half somewhere.
So we're forcing our top goal scorer out wide. I mean,
No, I agree with you.
It's not that I'm backing. I've said this before. I said it on Thursday. It's not I'm backing Lambert. It's I'm backing the long-term plan. We've kicked off. Fabulous. We will return at full time. Bloody hell! I hope
Come on, you Blues.
Yes, come on, you Blues.